Hey there, welcome to Trans Youth Channel and Tuesdays with Adam. This week we're talking about transition and children. So things like, do you want children someday? Has your transition changed your view on whether or not you want children? So, I have always wanted to be a parent, but I never wanted to be a mother. That just wasn't, I just didn't think that was who I was, and that I didn't think that was who I could ever be. And I never ever wanted the experience of giving birth or being pregnant. That was never ever something that I wanted to do. No, never. Now I'm happy with the fact that I don't have to. It was reassuring to know that my life plan didn't have to follow the stereotypical life plan of someone who was designated female at birth. I came out and started transitioning when I was 24. The idea of having children and what it would mean for me to start transitioning and how that would affect my ability to have children did cross my mind, but it was really my mom who brought that point to the forefront and had me really thinking about it. That was her one big concern, was that I had a quantity of eggs in my body, and she wanted to make sure that I knew the consequences of HRT and what that would do to the eggs, and whether that would affect fertility, that sort of thing. And I know there are stories of trans men who at some point either they never went on testosterone or they were on T and then they stopped T and were able to get pregnant and carry a baby to term. And good for them, really. That's awesome. That's just not something that I want to do. So when my mom brought that up, I definitely gave it some thought, and I briefly considered freezing my eggs, but it's just so expensive, and it's not something that I was in a place where I was able to do, and it wasn't really incredibly important to me. There was something to be said for carrying along, passing along your genetic line, that sort of thing, but I'm really more interested in raising a child to be a good person in the world and to affect positive change and to decrease world suck, as the Vlogbrothers say. That's all I really wanted for my children, was to have a good influence on them and to be a good parent. Raise them in a way that they would pay that forward and raise their children in a good way, and just carry on that line. And it doesn't have to be a genetic DNA that gets carried on. It can be how you treat others that gets carried on. And I think that's really important to me. Yes, I do want to be a father someday. I am all for adoption. I would love to adopt a child at some point, even if I don't find someone who I want to spend my life with, but I would like to, have a partner and raise children with that partner. Surrogacy is an option, of course. It just depends on, who my partner is and what our genetic makeup is and how that, how we decide, that sort of thing. But there are definitely avenues for acquiring children. It's a weird phrase. I'm looking forward to the rest of my life now. I'm looking forward to finding love and to being a parent and to just all of that stuff that I didn't really have any drive or motivation, or I wasn't looking forward to it at all, because I was seeing it through the wrong lens. And now that I'm more myself, able to view my life through who I really am, it's really exciting to think about the future and to think about what might happen. So, yes. I love children. They're great. They're great. I worked at summer camp for like 10 years. If you like this video, you can go down there and click the like button, and you can also subscribe to us right here. I will hand you the subscribe button right in front of my face. There you go. Subscribe. Goodbye. This week we're talking about passing privilege. I have a love-hate relationship with this term, passing, because as a generally binary trans person, of course I want to pass. Of course I want to be seen and recognized in public as male. At the same time, when I don't pass, it makes me feel like crap.